Have you ever been sitting on a plane, staring out the window, hearing that calm pilot voice say something quick and strange to the control tower, and wondered, what did they really just say? And why did it sound like a secret code meant for everyone except you? Because here's the truth, most travelers never hear, and airlines don't advertise it either. Air traffic control is not just talking, they are negotiating time, physics, pressure, risk, human emotion, and sometimes pure panic. All in sentences so short they sound boring, but each word carries weight, history, and consequences. And once you understand that hidden language, flying never feels the same again. Not in a bad way, but in a powerful, eye-opening way. Because I've worked around airports long enough, planned routes, studied security failures, listened to real ATC recordings at 2 a.m. when most people are asleep. And what most travelers don't realize is that the safety of millions doesn't depend on technology alone. It depends on very specific words spoken in very specific ways, and sometimes on what is not said at all. For example, when you hear a pilot say heavy, it doesn't mean the plane had a big dinner or loaded extra suitcases. It's a coded warning that tells controllers this aircraft creates dangerous wake turbulence, invisible airwaves that can flip a smaller plane like a toy if spacing isn't adjusted. So when that single word is spoken, the entire choreography of the sky shifts quietly. Runways get retimed, distances expand, departures wait, all without passengers ever knowing. And then there's Expedite climb, which sounds polite and optional. But in controller language, it's closer to do this now, or we risk losing separation. And that separation isn't just numbers on a screen. It's vertical breathing room between hundreds of tons of metal, moving faster than a Formula One car. And I remember once listening to an overnight feed where a pilot hesitated after hearing that phrase. Just a second too long, and the controller repeated it. Slightly firmer, not yelling, never emotional. Because emotion is the enemy in this world. But the tone changed just enough to signal urgency. And that's something passengers will never catch. But pilots instantly feel it in their gut. Because ATC phraseology is designed to remove confusion, not create conversation. That's why controllers don't say okay or sure, because those words can sound like other words over static. Instead, they say affirmative or negative, sharp edges, no softness, and this language was written in blood. Every phrase exists because something once went wrong somewhere, and the fix became a rule. And as a travel planner, I always tell people, delays are annoying, yes? But silence is more dangerous than waiting, because when controllers go quiet, they are thinking, recalculating, protecting you. And then there are phrases you almost never hear. Like standby, which doesn't mean wait casually. It means the controller is processing more variables than you can imagine. Whether cells moving, runway occupancy, fuel states, military airspace activation, medical emergencies. And sometimes a pilot will declare minimum fuel, which is not an emergency. Not yet, but it's a warning shot across the system saying there is no flexibility left. No sightseeing loops, no delays without consequence. And when that phrase is spoken, the airport bends around that aircraft quietly. Gates get reshuffled, landing order changes, all to avoid the final phrase nobody wants to hear. Mayday. Because despite Hollywood drama, Mayday is rare, extremely rare, and if you hear it, it means all other options are gone. But here's the wild part. Sometimes the most dangerous moments are when no dramatic words are used at all. Like when a controller says, verify altitude, which sounds harmless. But to a pilot it means something doesn't match the radar picture. And that mismatch could be fatal if not corrected instantly. And this is why aviation English is standardized worldwide, because accents exist. Fatigue exists, stress exists, but ambiguity cannot. And yet humans are still humans. And subtle errors creep in, and that's where training, repetition, and trust save lives. And from a security expert's view, this same coded communication protects airports on the ground too. Because phrases like unable carry more weight than passengers realize. When a pilot says unable, it's not defiance. It's physics speaking, and controllers respect that instantly. Because arguing with physics ends badly every time. And I've seen travelers get angry about holding patterns, not knowing that holding is sometimes safer than landing into chaos. And sometimes the controller will say, expect further clearance, which is a mental anchor, telling the crew to prepare, not relax, because something is coming. And then there's wake turbulence spacing, runway incursions, bird strikes, drones, laser incidents, things passengers never see, all managed through short, precise phrases that sound boring on purpose. Because excitement kills clarity. And what fascinates me most is how this language keeps evolving quietly. New terms appear as technology changes. ADSB, CP, data link messages replacing voice in some regions, reducing misheard words, but still, voice remains king when things go sideways. Because a human voice carries urgency no text can replicate. And if you ever hear a controller speak faster than normal, not yelling, just compressed, it means workload is high, and pilots match that rhythm instinctively, like musicians improvising. And this dance happens thousands of times a day, flawlessly most of the time. And when it doesn't, investigators replay recordings frame by frame, analyzing syllables, pauses, intonation, because sometimes a half-second delay matters. And as a traveler, understanding this should change how you feel during delays. Turbulence go-arounds, because when a plane aborts a landing, that's not failure, that's success. It means someone noticed something and acted. And the phrase go around is one of the most powerful safety tools in aviation. No shame, no blame, just reset and try again. And the reason this system works is because ego is stripped out of the language. It's not about being right, it's about being clear. And if you're thinking this sounds cold, robotic, remember that warmth belongs in the cabin, not the control tower. And yet there is humanity there too. Late at night, after the rush, you might hear a controller thank a crew quietly, or a pilot wish them a good night. Small moments of normalcy in a high-stakes world. And from a travel hack's perspective, knowing this hidden language helps you read situations better as a passenger. You'll know when a delay is weather theater and when it's real risk management. You'll understand why some flights wait while others move. And you'll stop assuming incompetence when in reality, it's caution, layered, intentional caution. So here's my suggestion for you, as a smarter traveler and a golden age travel tips insider, next time you fly. Listen closely, not to be afraid, but to appreciate the invisible professionals choreographing your safety. Choose flights earlier in the day when possible, because the system is fresher. Respect delays caused by traffic flow, they are usually preventative, not reactive, and if you ever hear unusual calm during a tense moment, trust it. Because calm voices mean trained minds are working. And if this kind of behind-the-scenes knowledge made you see flying differently, stay curious, stay patient, and keep learning the secrets airports never announce. Because the more you understand how the system really works, the safer, smarter, and more confident traveler you become.